This is Bishop Strickland condemning that. Nobody speaks out about these things in the hierarchy, except for Bishop Strickland, post-cancellation. But here's what he said.
Well, to be very serious and very clear about what the truth is, because flirting with all these false messages and being confusing and being conflicted and corrupt, that is not the church. It's children. And we're playing with fire when we continue to, cooperate with evil. And we better wake up as a church, as humanity. The Old Testament illustrates that he can reach a point where there are corrections. And, I think we're nearing that point. Pope Francis, you need to act in this case. You need to remove anyone and everyone who allowed this to happen, because it is evil. Evil is dancing in the Vatican, and we cannot sit on our hands and quietly say, oh, that's too bad, or oh, that's not very nice. It is evil, and it needs to be called out. Every cardinal there should be demanding that this be stopped immediately, not a few studies down the road. Now, the corruption of children, it's bad enough to see it in public libraries in our country, but for the church to allow it and probably promote it, frankly, that has to stop. And they can do whatever they want to do further to me, but that demands an outcry that should be loud and strong and clear for the sake of the children and for the sake of the church.
Did you hear what he said there at the end? They can do whatever further they want to me. That's really the key. See, there are a lot of bishops in the world that see there's huge problems. I talked to many of them in 2015, 2016, and they won't do anything. They won't do anything because the excuse obviously is, oh, we don't want to get removed. The threat is real. Strickland was removed. But there's a problem with that calculus. I was told by countless priests and stuff in Rome at the time when we already saw what was going on. We were one of the early ones to see, this is not going to be good. I was told, there's some Italian saying, I can't remember, but it's like, it goes, keep your head down in the long grass. Don't worry, this will pass. I had to worry. I have 8 children. At the time, those children were in their years where those things matter. On July 16, 2016, when Pope Francis said cohabitation is real marriage and has the grace of real marriage, my daughter called from college to say, Dad, is that true? She wasn't saying it as a good thing, like, oh, I can't believe the Holy Father said that. She was saying it as, is this a new thing in the church that we're allowed to now forego marriage and just live together? Because if that has the grace of real marriage, and it's real marriage anyway, a lot of my friends thought it'd be easier for them because they're already in these relationships XYZ. We couldn't be silent because we had to speak out to say this is wrong for the sake of my children, for the sake of our children. We can't let the confusion go. You're all in situations where you're going to hear people say, well, but what about Pope Francis? He said that, you can bless gay couples. He said that it's okay for transgender people to be godparents. He said that it's okay for homosexual couples to have their children baptized. He promotes Father James Martin, the most homosexuality promoting priest in the Catholic Church. In fact, when he wouldn't answer the dubia questions of the 4 cardinals, he answered the dubia questions of the gay group that Father James Martin started, Outreach. In fact, Outreach just 2 weeks ago had a conference in Washington, D.C. The Pope wrote him the 5th that we know of handwritten note to say how he supports them and is with them in spirit. And he was glad that Cardinal Gregory was going to celebrate a mass for the homosexual group Outreach. That's what's going on today.
Ho detto cosa? Non può toccare il Papa.
Listen to
No.
this.
Ho detto, ma come? Ora io da quando me l'hanno detto ho voglia di fare solo quello.
It's a comedian talking
Sapete,
right in
non
front of the Pope at
abbiate
this World
paura perché
Children's
non
Day.
esistono inferno, purgatorio, esiste solo il paradiso. Proprio così, sognate che è la cosa più bella del mondo, perché siamo tutti insieme, vi sento.
Get that visualization. There's 10,000 children there. There's a bunch of children on stage with the Pope. This famous comedian is speaking, and he tells the children in front of the Pope with no correction, but only applause. Did you see him applauding of the Pope? There is no hell. There is no purgatory, only heaven. I could go on and write a book, which I am, about all of this because it's so severe. I play these few recent things for you because to show you it's real. In order to demonstrate that it's real, nobody can believe this unless they watch it because it's insanity. And yet we're called to live in these times. You are called to live in these times. You are created by God to live in these times where you would be one of the few young people with the truth. And that's a huge responsibility and a huge grace. The way to do that is what you've heard here.